It's 7 o'clock, so I call this meeting back to order. I would ask that if anyone has a conflict of interest to declare it. And now we're at the time. We had a previous meeting this afternoon dealing with budget issues, and we dealt with some in-camera items, so we're ready to start with our regular meeting. Confirmation of minutes from April the 2nd.
My apologies, I didn't get my hand up soon enough.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not declaring conflict of interest, but just to, so that everyone is aware when we do discuss the YMCA item. I am a member, and I am also a member of the advisory committee.
Okay, so noted. Councillor Cook?
And I guess similar to Councillor Ellman, my business is mentioned in the BAA program, so just, I'm not a member of the BAA, but it is shown as part of the PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. Those two items are noted. The minutes of April 2nd. Councillor Russell, motion to move to approve the minutes. Councillor Scott seconded. Questions on the minutes? Councillor Ullman?
Yes, I'm just looking at, what page is it here? I don't have a page number. It's item 6.6 from the April 2nd minutes, and that's where we had discussed the Optimist and Y proposal, and there is a motion there, and moved and seconded that the Y staff be invited to come to a meeting and to be able to discuss the proposed partnership with us. So we are going to be dealing with that item later on in the agenda. So I'm assuming that we're going to be able to invite them forward to discuss that particular report. Okay. That's the motion that was carried by council on April the 2nd.
The report was tabled.
No, the report was, yes, you're correct, the report was tabled. The motion was that Sean Dillon and staff be invited to come to discuss with us the proposed partnership.
Okay.
That's the motion that was carried.
And the report's back on the agenda.
Okay, now, and I just wanted a further clarification, because then last Tuesday, we were discussing the forest Y, and at that point in time, we tabled that report, and then it was suggested that we have Y staff come to speak to us about that particular operation as well, and there was a motion made and seconded and approved that we would not allow the staff to come to the table, but we would send our questions through our own staff. That was dealing with the forest. And I guess my concern with that is that we've made a motion, and we're hopeful we're going to invite these folks to the table for this particular issue. We should be able to do that for both.
Point of order. That would be a delegation. If you're inviting members of the public to speak to a report, because there's no date on this, that would be a delegation.
Not necessarily.
Well,
I don't believe so. I believe the council can invite representatives following through on the motion.
Well, on a point of order, I think the council should have been aware of that, because I have an issue tonight with the Y that I'm going to bring up. I can bring it up now if you want.
No, we're dealing with the minutes.
Okay.
We'll bring it up on the report.
All right, so I would object to that, because I don't think that's proper protocol.
Okay. Councillor Ullman?
Okay, we have a motion here that was approved and carried. Yes. The motion was moved by the deputy mayor and seconded by Councillor Bonsteele.
Yep.
Do we need to read?
No,
got it in
I
front of us?
agree.
Okay.
So we'll deal with that at this, make a note of that through the minutes. When we get to the report dealing with the Y and the Optimist and the Grand Bend, first motion would have to be to raise it from the table to discuss it. And then the second could be a motion from council if they want to invite the representatives to answer our questions. And at that time, we'll make a decision whether we do that, and it will be a decision of council. Okay? Any other questions on the minutes? All in favor of the minutes? Carried. Thank you. And we have delegations tonight. We have one for 7:10, and it's not 7:10 yet. We'll deal with, we have one item of correspondence from Wendy Hoy-Bright. Different day.
Yeah, I'm to see the file.
Seconded by Councillor Cook.
Scott.
Sorry, I did that.
You do
The
that all
first
the
meeting
time.
or two.
We should change seats or change name tags, I think.
Councillor Elman.
I guess my question is, why is this even on the agenda? Because it hasn't come through the clerk to the mayor and council. So that's a concern that I have. Why is it here?
Different day.
This was before the April 10th date that we decided that everything had to come to the clerk. But I also think that it's important for the council to all know this as well. And the timing that it starts at is 7 p.m. And I think it's important for them to have the council support to know that there's some very serious things at stake here, and we want to be involved and supportive of them for that.
All right. It's been noted, received and filed. All in favor of that? Carried. Okay. 5.2. A minute or two. Councillor Owens,
Receive and file.
second by Councillor Russell. Questions? All in favor of that? Carried. Okay. Good. Let's go back. We were going to say it's, by the time things get set up, it'll be 7:10. If we could have Kathy Brissett, from the North Lambton Community Health Center.
I also have Don Coates
Don.
from the Board of Directors.
I'm the camera proof.
You're the tech,
Button pusher.
you're the techie guy, so
If everything goes right, I know.
good luck.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to council tonight to give you an update on the North Lake Community Health Center and some new programs and services that will be offered under our umbrella. So just to start off, to let people know about primary care in Ontario, we are one of the primary care models, the CHCs, as you can see. There's many different types of primary care, and the government is shifting from going to one family doctor to getting physicians into groups. So this is what all the FINS, FITs, Big Spos people from CHCs, CFITs, and AHACs are all about. They're group practices versus individual providers. So that is the direction of the government. So the main models, I've just outlined them so you will know where we're talking about today. We hear a lot about family health teams, community family health teams. They've been around for about 7 years. Community health centers have been around in the province for over 30 years. The new nurse practitioner-led clinics, about 2 years, and the AHACs, which there are 10 in the province, about over 10 years. So primary care is new for our funders, the LHINs. We're the only people funded under the LHIN right now, the community health centers. But you're hearing about the family health teams probably being brought under the umbrella of the local health integrated networks. So community health centers all have a role in the province of Ontario. There's 73 of us. We all work under these three focuses. We have primary care. Our physicians are the only salaried model in Ontario, so they're employees of the health centers. We work on health promotion, community initiatives, and we're all grounded in the social determinants of health. So many know what the social determinants of health are, but 50% of your health is related to some of these items, if not many of these items. Poverty being the #1 health determinant. So there's lots of areas in the community where you can work with other agencies other than health to provide better health care services for those that live in the community. Health centers and health promotions are around a long time.